In 2020 came a moment when we decided to overcome ourselves and raise our standards.
This is not going to be a super long or very detailed video, mainly because this game can be described with one pretty straightforward verdict. The people behind this product are deceiving, essentially scamming, the consumer with misleading marketing, blatant lies with absolutely zero shame, and no sign of respect for the audience. To make matters worse, they have in fact started to take down the older videos, where they were trying to sell and hype up the game as something that it very clearly was never going to be, assuring that they are very well aware of their actions. Before we proceed, I want to clarify that, against all common sense, I did buy the game to test it out myself, as I do not enjoy being part of any form of mob mentality, where the main goal is to review bomb the crap out of a video game. I did of course play the game just under 2 hours, so I still have the option to refund on Steam, and I urge each and every one of you, and this is a rare one for me, to stay away from this game completely at this present moment, and observe the next few months' updates and acknowledgements from the developers and publisher. I am not usually one to tell people to completely stay away from a game, because I believe even in objectively underwhelming games, there are still people out there with the correct expectations, mindsets and purposes that can get a great experience out of it, even if the vast majority of players didn't enjoy it. But in this case I can't possibly recommend this game to anyone, unless you get a kick out of playing and paying for a low effort and boring product. Here are the facts for you concerning the current situation, and why this game is one of the lowest rated Steam games of all time. The game has, as you have likely seen for yourself by now, an abundance of technical bugs and performance issues, and to a certain extent this is okay. The game is clearly labeled as early access after all. What is not okay on the other hand is charging the consumer €40 to beta or alpha test the game for you. The game is missing a lot of basic features that should at this point be absolute standard, and in no way, shape or form did the original game presentations indicate that the game would ship in this state. The thing is, bugs and technical issues can be resolved after a lot of hotfixes and performance patches, but this isn't the game's biggest problem. The biggest problem is that the game is fundamentally not what it was advertised as in the trailers, presentations and the Steam page. Many people have correctly pointed out by now that this is not an MMO open world survival game. It is an extraction shooter, and a damn minimalistic and flawed one at that. And that is a problem. All these years of false promises are setting expectations that can't possibly be met. In this game you're gonna be doing the same missions over and over, and those missions consist of you having to find 3 random items. That's it. That's the gameplay. Now, if the open world was an absolute banger, a beautifully crafted, dense city, with dynamic events, great atmosphere, rewarding loot and the urge to head out further and further, despite the potential danger that could be lurking behind every corner, then this could be just a minor flaw. But the city has basically none of this. It doesn't even feel post-apocalyptic or overrun by zombies, but instead it feels like a static, unauthentic city created by stitching together bought assets, making for an incoherent, unfinished end product. I'm not kidding, by the way. In my 90 minutes of playtime, I have found 4 zombies and 0 players in the open world. This is the ultimate post-apocalyptic zombie experience. At this point I don't even want to get into the unresponsive gunplay, the terrible zombie AI, nullifying any potential threat they could pose in most situations, and the complete lack of spatial audio. I think you have seen enough by now to form your own opinion. I will give them this one credit though. The introductory song was an absolute banger. I really enjoyed the song, so at least whoever decided for that has done his job right. I will be back very soon with a more interesting video that is about an upcoming Pokemon-inspired open world game from an indie studio. So if you're interested, make sure to subscribe. See ya!